Assalamualaikum. Question 1 of paper 6. You can download the paper directly from IBS website or the link is given in the comments. You can download that paper from there. Okay, question 1 says in the xy coordinate plane, line L contains the point 0, 0 and minus 1, 3. There is some line that has 0, 0 and minus 1, 3. This is line L. If line M is perpendicular to line L and passes through the origin, another line that is perpendicular to this line, this is line M, passes through this point 0, 0. Okay, this is M line and is perpendicular to this line. Find the equation of line M. So we have to find the equation of this line. So equation can be found by if you are given a point and the slope or gradient of this line. So for finding out the gradient of this line, you need to know the gradient of this line. Because these two lines are perpendicular to each other, so we'll use the formula for finding out the perpendicular slopes. Okay. So first thing first, the gradient of line L is M1 is equal to Y2 minus Y1 upon X2 minus X1. 3 minus 0 over minus 1 minus 0. This is minus 3. Whenever two lines are perpendicular to each other, the slopes of two lines is given by M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. So we can find out the slope of the other line. M1 is minus 3 into M2 is equal to minus 1. M2 is equal to 1 upon 3. So we have got the slope of the other line. Okay. Now you can find the equation of this line M by using y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. So putting the values here, y minus y1 is 0 is equal to m is 1 over 3, x minus x1 is 0. So this is y is equal to 1 upon 3x, 3y is equal to x. This is your answer. So the answer is option B. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Question 2 of IPA past paper 6. Okay. The question says if x is greater than 0 means x is positive. Whenever you see x is greater than 0, x is greater than 0, it means x is positive, means greater than 0, 1, 2, 3. It can be 1.5, 1.2, 2.3, 0.7, anything. Okay. But not negative numbers. Okay. Below 0. It's not possible. So x greater than 0 means x is positive. Satisfying this equation, cubic root of x upon x is equal to x to the power w. So what is the value of w? Okay. So whenever this 3 is in the index, it means power 1 upon 3. So x power 1 upon 3 upon x, its power 1. So this is in the denominator, x when you take it up, okay, this will be minus 1. So this is x power 1 upon 3 minus 1 is equal to x power w. 1 upon 3 minus 1 minus 2 upon 3. So x power minus 2 upon 3 is equal to x power w. So the value of w is minus 2 upon 3. So the answer is option B. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Question 3, paper 6 for IPA. The question says if W% of 80 is 60% of H, what's the value of H in terms of W? So W% of 80. W% of 80 is 60% of H. Is 60% of H. So we need to find H as a subject. Okay. So whenever you see percentage sign, it means over 100. So you can just cancel these two out on the both sides. So this is 80. W is equal to 60. H. So 0, 0. So H is equal to 8 upon 6. W. Cancel them. 4 upon 3. So 4 upon 3. W is equal to H. So the answer is A. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. IBA past paper 6, question number 4. The question says if the modes of the set 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 4x minus y and y minus 6 is are 6 and 9, then x plus y is. So if the mode of this question, mode is the most repeated value, okay, mode is most repeated value. So this is a bi-modal data. There are two modes. If 6 is mode, then either of these two can be 6, and if 9 is a mode, then either of these two can be 9. So we will solve this question in two steps. First considering this 6 and this 9, and then considering this 6 and this 9. So started off 4x minus y is equal to 6 and y minus 6x is equal to 9. Okay, we have to solve these two equations. We just manipulate. This will be x minus y is equal to minus 9. Eliminate these two equations. 4x minus y is equal to 6 and this x minus y is equal to minus 9. We will subtract the two equations. Y minus y plus cancel. 4x minus x is 3x is equal to plus 9 and plus 6 is 15. 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15. X is equal to 5. Put it back in this equation. 5 minus y is equal to minus 9. So minus 5 will be plus 5 here. Minus 9 will be plus 9. So this will be 14. So x is 5 and y is 14. So we have one possible solution for x plus y, that is 5 plus 14, that is 19. But we have to assume that this is 9 and this is 6. So if we take 4x minus y is equal to 9 and y minus x is equal to 6, or x minus y is equal to minus 6, again we will solve these two equations. 4x minus y is equal to 9 and x minus y is equal to minus 6. We will subtract these two equations. Cancel 4x minus x, 3x is equal to 15. So x is equal to 5 again. Okay, we put this 5 here. This will be 5 minus y is equal to minus 6. Y is equal to 5 plus 6. So y is 11 in this case. Okay, so now the values been changed. X is 5 and y is 11. So we have another possible value of x plus y, that is 5 plus 11, that is 16. So we have two values of x plus y. One is 19 and the other is 16. So in the option 1 and 2 will be your correct answer. That is in the option D. D is 1 and 2. D option 1 and 2. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. IBA past paper 6, question number 5. The question says the mode of a set of 4 positive integers is 7. What is the least possible value of the sum of these 4 integers? So the mode is the most repeated value. If the mode is 7, out of those 4 integers, at least 2 should be 7. Okay, at least 2 numbers should be 7. Okay, there can be 3 7s, but we need the least possible value. So we'll take other 2 values, the least values. Okay, because the numbers are positive integers, so we'll take from 1 onward. Okay, 0 is not positive integers, neither it is negative. Okay, whenever he says positive integers, you will consider 1 2 3 4, and when he says negative integers, you will consider minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. So positive integer. So because we need the least values, so we will consider 1 and 2. Why not both 1? Because there can be another mode then. So we will take the other 2 values, 1 and 2. So these are 4 positive integers whose mode is 7, and the least possible values of other 2 numbers is 1 and 2. So he says the sum of these 4 integers, so sum of 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 14, and 2 16 and 1 17. So the least possible answer is 17, that is option C. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. IB past paper 6, question 6. The question is which has the largest area? So there are 4 options here. The first is rectangle with 2 dimensions, the second is a square, the third and fourth are triangle. So we will see one by one that which has the greatest area. So option 1 is a rectangle of dimensions 10.4 and 9.5. So the area of rectangle is equal to length into width, that is 10.4 times 9.5. So you just simply multiply them. That is 104 multiplied by 95. 5 4s are 20. 5, 9 4 the 36, 9 0 8 8 9. You go 2 decimal places backwards, so that is 98.80 square units. This is option A. Okay. Now the option B is a square of side 10. So the area of a square is 10 square, that is side square, that is 100. At the moment this is more than A. Okay. But we have to see the other two options. Third is triangle of base 20 and height 10. C option is area of triangle is half base into height. So half base and heights are 20 and 10. 20 multiplied by 10. So this is 2 tens are, that's also 100. Okay. We are left with option D. That must be more than 100 in that case. Okay. Technically. So option D is a triangle of perpendicular sides. Perpendicular sides are base and height. Base and perpendicular. Okay. So the area of triangle is half. Base is 20 and height is 11. Of course, this is 110. So option D is your answer. That is the largest area. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Paper 6, question 7. Question says if a square b cube c4 d5 is positive, this whole thing is positive, and d is negative, then which of these following is true out of these options? So if you just see this question here, a square and c4 are always positive no matter what the values are, whether a and c are negative or these are positive, because the powers are even. So whenever the powers are even, the value will be positive. So just leave these two untouched. Okay. Now we have to see these two now, because the powers are odd here. So odd power, if the value is negative, the whole thing will be negative. If the value is positive, this will be positive. Okay. So this is negative. The question says it. But the whole thing is positive, because we know that negative times negative is positive. So if this d power 5 is negative, this d power 3 should also be negative. If these two are negative, then negative times negative will be positive. So this whole thing will be positive. So from the options, B should be less than 0. That is option B. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Paper 6, question 8. The question says, Aslam, Fareed and Majid are going to buy a shop that costs 54 million rupees. So the total cost paid by all three of them is 54 million. By the way, million is 10 to the power 6. 1 million is 10 lakh. So 54 million is 54 with 6 zeros. 54 10 power 6 or 54 with 6 zeros. It's 54 lakh. Okay. 5 crores 40 lakhs. Alright. So the sum of these three, Aslam, Fareed and Majid, is 54 million. Aslam plus Fareed plus Majid is 54 million. Aslam pays 5 million rupees more than Fareed. Aslam is equal to Fareed plus 5 million more than Fareed. And Fareed pays twice as much as Majid. Fareed is equal to twice Majid. Fareed is equal to twice Majid. Okay. So then how much does Fareed pays? So Fareed, we have to convert these two values into Fareed. So A is f plus 5. We'll put this value of A in here. And we'll put m is equal to f upon 2. M is equal to f upon 2. So we'll make this whole thing into Fareed. Okay. So A is f plus 5. So this whole thing will be f plus 5 plus f plus m is f over 2 is equal to 54. So you take LCM or whatever you like. 2f plus 10 plus 2f plus f is equal to 54. 2f plus 2f 4 plus 1 5f plus 10, multiply this 2 with 54, that will be 108. So 10 will be subtracted from that side, that will be 98. 5f is equal to 98. So the value of f is equal to 98 divided by 5. So cancel them out. 5 ones are 5, 48, 5 nines are 45. 3, 30, 5, 6 are 30. So Freeze will pay 19.6 million. That is option B. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Paper 6, question 9. The question is this: 1 over 1 plus root 3 minus 1 plus root 3 minus 1 over 1 minus root 3. So what we'll do, we first take these two irrational values. So we'll first solve this and then this, and then we'll put the values we got from there. Okay. So this is 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus and root 3. We multiply and divide it by 1 minus root 3. That's conjugate. 1 minus root 3 over 1 minus root 3. 1 minus root 3 over, this is a plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square. So 1 minus under root 3 over 1 minus 3. That's minus 2, 1 minus under root 3 upon minus 2, or you can write it minus 1 plus under root 3 upon 2. So this is equal to this, okay? Now take this other thing, 1 over 1 minus under root 3, you multiply and divide by 1 plus under root 3, conjugate. 1 plus root 3, 1 plus root 3. So this is 1 plus root 3, this is a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. 1 plus root 3 over 1 minus 3, this is minus 2. 1 plus root 3 upon minus 2. So you can take this minus here, minus 1 minus under root 3 over 2. Okay, so now this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So we put back the values again. So this is minus 1 plus under root 3 upon 2 here, minus 1 plus under 3 upon 2. This. Now minus 1 plus under 3 minus this is equal to this. So this is minus 1 minus under 3 upon 2. Minus 1 minus under 3 upon 2. So you better take the LCM now. 2 minus 1 plus under 3 minus 2 plus 2 under 3. 2 is cancelled, minus minus plus 1 plus under root 3. Okay, this is negative 1, this is positive 1, cancelled, under root 3 and 2 under root 3. 4 under root 3 minus 2 upon 2. So 2 is with this and that 2 over 2. So 2 to the 4, 2 under root 3 minus 1 or minus 1 plus 2 under root 3. That's option C. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Paper 6, question 10. This is the function given. He says f of u is equal to minus 8. Then how many real values are there? So if we put f of u is equal to minus 8 here, f of u minus 8, if this is minus 8 and this is u cube minus u square minus u minus 8, cancel these two minus 8s out. So we have u cube minus u square minus u is equal to 0. Take out u square minus u minus 1 is equal to 0. Either u is equal to 0 or u square minus u minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. Now this is one solution and this is a quadratic question. So every quadratic question has two solutions. Now that can be real or complex both. So we have to find out that how many real solutions are there. So better find out the discriminant. Discriminant is equal to v square minus 4ac. So b square minus 1 square minus 4a is 1 and c is minus 1. So that's 1 plus 4, 5. That's greater than 0. So there are two real roots from here. So these two real roots from here and this is one real root from here. Okay. So we have three real roots here. Okay. Three real roots. So the option is 3, that is option D. Thank you. Question number 11 from past paper 6. Okay, the question says, at the start of each academic year, the University of Knowledge increases the tuition fee by 10%. It becomes 110%. And the increase is applicable to all students. If at the start of first year, the annual tuition fees is rupees 100,000, including 10% increase, the first year fee, how much will it be at the beginning of the third year? So the question is, we are here, first year, this second year, and this is the start of third year. So at the beginning of first year, the fees inclusive of the 10% increase is 100,000. So you have to increase it by 10% twice. So first increase it by 10%. The 10% of 100,000 will be 10,000. So add 10,000 in the value, simple. So 10,000, it will be this 110,000. Okay, this is the fees of at the beginning of second year. Okay, now take 10% of it again. That will be the 10%. Actually, whenever you take 10% of something, you just remove the last zero. That's it. Okay, so this will be 11,000. Okay, add 11,000 again. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1. So the fees at the start of third year will be 121,000 rupees. So 120,000 rupees, this is option C. Thank you. IB paper 6, question number 12, over here. The question says 3 to the power 2h minus 1 is equal to 27 to the power minus h plus 2 and find h. Okay, this is 27, means 3 power 3. Okay, let it be 2h minus 1, and this is 3 to the power 3 minus h plus 2. Because bases are same, so you can equate the powers. 2h minus 1 is equal to minus 3h plus 3 to the 6. Bring it here. 2h plus 3h is equal to 6 plus 1. So 5h is equal to 7. So h is equal to 7 over 5. That is option A. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Question number 13 from past paper 6 of IPA. The question says that there were 48 bacteria here. So every 3 hours they are doubling themselves. Okay. Yeah. So what will the amount of bacteria after 15 hours? So here it was 48. After 3 hours they will double themselves. Then they will double again. Then they will double again. So 5 times this will happen. So you have to double this bacteria 5 times. Okay. So 48 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Okay, 2 multiplied by 2. So simply 2 times 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So you have to multiply 48 by 32. So multiply them, 48 multiplied by 32. 8 to the 16, 2 4 is 8 and 1 9. 3 8 is 24. 3 4 is 12 and 2 14. 6 3 5 1. So there will be 1536 bacteria at the end of 15 hours, and that is option C. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Question number 14 from past paper 6 of IPA. The question says G, this G, in every option there is G. G is divisible by 3, 6 and 10. So which one of these 4 will be divisible by the same numbers? Okay, divisible by these numbers. Any number that should be divisible by these numbers should be divisible by the LCM of these numbers. So what is the LCM of 3, 6 and 10? That is 30. You can find out it with the ordinary way. So the LCM of 3, 6 and 10 is 30. So 30, 60 for that matter, 90, 120, these all numbers are divisible by all 3 of them. So any number that is multiple of LCM 30, that will be divisible by 3, 6 and 10. So 30, 60, 90. So this is 36 in option A. 36 will not be divisible by 3, 6 and 10, all of them. Okay. Yeah, it's divisible by 3, by 6, but not by 10. So 90 is divisible by 3, 6 and 10. So and 70 is not divisible by 6 and neither by 3. 40 is also not divisible by 3, 6. So you have to find one number that is divisible by all 3 of them. Okay. So G plus 90 is divisible by all 3 of them. That's your right answer. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. This is question number 15 from past paper 6 of IBA. The question is this. You are given an operation del. Mu del lambda is equal to mu plus lambda over mu minus lambda. Whenever you will be given these two values, you have to add in the numerator and you have to subtract them in the denominator. That's what we are going to do here. 6 over 7 del is 7 over 6. We subtract, we will add them in the numerator, 6 over 7 plus 7 over 6, and we will subtract them in the denominator, 6 over 7 minus 7 over 6. So the LCM is 42. 6 is the 36 plus 7 7 is the 49. 36 plus 49 divided by, again the LCM is 42, 6 is the 36, minus 7 7 the 49. So these are cancelled. 36 plus 49 over 36 minus 49. Do you see this option B? 36 plus 49. When we convert this using this formula, we'll do this. U plus lambda, 36 plus 49. U minus lambda, 36 minus 49. Are they equal? Yes, that's it. This is your option. You don't need to go all the way solving this whole thing and solving these all four. It's just about the spotting the right answer. Okay, so you don't need to solve whole thing all the way for these calculations. So this is it. This is your answer. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Question number 16 from IBA past paper 6. The question is this: the alpha minus beta is a multiple of 11. So alpha minus beta is a multiple of 11. It can be 11, 22, 33, minus 11, minus 22, minus 33, anything. Okay, these all are multiples of 11. The numbers that are in the table of 11, whether multiplied by positive numbers or multiplied by negative numbers, those are called the multiple of 11. Okay, so if alpha minus beta is a multiple of 11, of course beta minus alpha is also a multiple of 11, because if 22 is a multiple of 11, then minus 22 is also a multiple of 11. Okay, so one option is this: alpha minus beta is a multiple of 11, so beta minus alpha is also a multiple of 11. Then alpha square minus beta square. What is this? This is a minus b a plus b, a square minus b square. So if you break it, alpha minus beta, alpha plus beta. So again, alpha minus beta is here. So if you multiply any number with alpha minus beta, that will be also a multiple of alpha minus beta. So this is also a multiple of 11. So we have two options that satisfy our condition: A, alpha square minus beta square, and C, beta minus alpha. But we have this option where both options are there. So alpha square minus beta square and beta minus alpha, both are multiples of 11. So option D is your answer. Thank you. Question number 17 from IBA past paper 6. The question says we are given a triangle having three sides, x, 3 and 6. So we need to tell that what is the value of x. That should be an integral value, because the question says how many such triangles are possible with x being a positive integer. So it should be a positive integer. Integers cannot be a fractional value, a decimal value. Okay. Now you must know the rule actually. The rule is the third side of a triangle is between the sum and difference of the other two sides. So 6 plus 3, 9, and 6 minus 3, 3. So any number between 3 and 9, not 3 and 9. 3 and 9 are not included. Okay, this can be more than 3 and this can be less than 9. So how many integers are there between 3 and 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 integers. So 5 such triangles are possible. So your answer is B. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. IBA past paper 6, question number 18. The question says that the hypotenuse of 45, 45, 90 triangle is given. 45, 45, 90 triangle. Its hypotenuse is given 18, and you need to find the perpendicular base, any side, that is both sides are same. Because the rule is this: 45, 45, 90, the ratio is 1, 1, root 2. Both angles are 45, so both these sides, base or perpendicular, are same. Okay, and this is the hypotenuse. This is given as 18, and this is what you need to be find. Okay, so you take 1 and root 2. If you want to try this question, the ratio of 45 to 90 is 1 is to root 2, and this is given and this is required. So x is to 18. So this is, you just cross multiply. 18 is equal to under root 2x. So x is equal to 18 divided by under root 2. You can manipulate it because this is not in the option. So what you do, 18 divided by root 2, you multiply it by under root 2 and you divide it by under root 2. So this will be 18 under root 2. This will be under 2, 2. So 2 9s are 18. So your answer is 9 under root 2. That is option A. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. IBA past paper 6, question number 19. The question says, if the product of two roots of a quadratic equation x squared plus mx plus m minus 1 is equal to 0 is 2, what is the value of m? So, in a quadratic equation, if you're familiar with quadratic equations, the sum of the roots is minus b upon a and the product of the roots is c upon a. Okay, so this a is 1 and c is m minus 1. Okay, so product of roots c upon a, that is equal to 2. C upon a is equal to 2. C is this m minus 1 and a is 1. So that is 2. So just solve it. M square minus m is equal to 2. So m square minus m minus 2 is equal to 0. So you need to break the middle term here. Okay. So that's 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2. M square minus 2m plus m minus 2 is equal to 0. m minus 2 plus 1 m minus 2 is equal to 0. Take it out. M minus 2 can be equal to 0 and m plus 1 can be equal to 0. So there are two values of m, minus 1 and 2. That is option C. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. IBA past paper 6, question number 20. The question is from absolute value. So you need to understand something to get this question right. It says the ages of players in cricketing vary between 17 and 37. So the ages are between 17 and 37. You need to put it in an inequality and including absolute value. Okay. So you what you need to do is you just need to learn this technique. This is it. So say absolute value of x minus mean average of these two values. The mean of these two values is 17, 37. The central value is 20. Okay, 27. Sorry, because when you add these two values and divide them by 2, you will get 27. This is the central value of 17 and 3. You can just get it by simple calculation. What's the central value of 17 and 37? That is 27. Okay, so this will be here mean value and absolute value of x minus mean less than equal to the difference from mean. So what is this mean? 27 minus 17, 10, and 37 and 27, 10. So the difference is 10. Okay, this difference is 10. So you will write 10 here. Okay, so this is simple rule of making an inequality including absolute value. So you will write x minus mean 27 less than equal to the difference, that is any difference, positive difference, that is 10. So this is your inequality. It's in option C. Thank you. Hello, this is question number 21 from past paper 6. Okay, the question says that x plus 3 over 10 is a positive integer. Then the remainder when x is divided by 5 is. Okay, x plus 3 over 10. This value is a positive integer. Being this thing positive integer, this numerator should be divisible by 10. So if you need this to be divisible by 10, we need to take x as 7, because 7 plus 3, 10, 10 over 10 is 1. Okay, another value for this is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. 20 over 10 will be 2. So these are two values for x here. Okay. Now he says if we divide this x by 5, what will be the remainder? If you divide this 7 by 5, the remainder is 2. If you divide this 17 by 5, the remainder is 2. So no matter what value you take, the remainder will be 2. So the answer here is 2. That is option C. Thank you. Hello. Question number 22 from past paper 6 of IBA. The question says to factorize this thing, that this is equivalent to what? So you just have to break the middle term. Okay. So this is 2x. 5 times 3 is 15. So you have to break it into 5 and 3, of course. 3x squared plus 5x minus 3x. That is 2x. And 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. X, 3x plus 5. Just clockwork, you know what to do. 3x plus 5. So take it out, 3x plus 5. And you are left with x minus 1. That's a very simple question. So this is in option D. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 23 from past paper 6 of IBA past papers. Okay, the question says this is a quadrilateral WXYZ, and you need to find out the perimeter of the quadrilateral, that is WX plus XY plus YZ plus WZ. Because if you construct the quadrilateral, I don't know what type of quadrilateral is this, but roughly WX Y, Z. So you need to find out Wx plus xy plus yz plus wz. So the sum of all sides is called perimeter. Okay. What I did, I have taken these sides as equal to A, B, C, and D, and I replaced these Wx with A, xy plus with B, yz with C, and wz with D, and I replaced these conditions also that are given in the paper. You must have paper in your hands, you can have a look there, and you can write these things there. So we have got these equations. A plus B plus C plus D is what we need to find out, and this D is equal to 2xw, D is equal to 2a, I mean, and C is equal to A, and B is equal to A plus D, and B plus C is equal to 16. Okay, we have just one value here, B plus C is equal to 16. So from one equation of value, we cannot find any value of A, B, or C, or D. So what we need to do, we need to make another equation involving B and C. So what we'll do, because we know that C is equal to A and D is equal to 2A. So we will replace this D with A. So we will have another equation, B is equal to D is 2A. So A plus 2A. So B is equal to 3A. But we know that C is equal to A. So this is 3A is equal to 3C. So we have got B is equal to 3C. Okay, B is equal to 3C will be put here. B plus C is equal to 16. So B plus C is equal to 16 will be 3C plus C is equal to 16. When we put this B is equal to 3C here, 3C plus C. 3C plus C is equal to 16. That is 4C is equal to 16. That is C is equal to 4. So as C is equal to 4, we put it back in this equation. B is equal to 3C. So B is equal to 3 times 4. So B is equal to 12. And C is equal to 4 and C is equal to A. So A is also equal to 4. Okay. Now we need D. D is equal to 2A. So 2 times 4. So D is 8. Okay, come back to this. we need to find out A plus B plus C plus D. So means 4 plus 12 plus 4 plus 8. So that is 12 plus 12, 24 plus 4, 28. This is the perimeter of given quadrilateral. This is option D. Thank you so much. Hello, this is question number 24 from IBA past paper 6. The question says the sum of first 20 terms is 200. The sum of next 10 terms, means the 30 minus 20, is 400. Okay, the sum of 30 terms minus sum of 20 terms. That is the last 10 terms. Okay, the sum of last 10 terms is 400. So you need to find 40th term. Okay, so better brush up these formulas for arithmetic progressions, that are nth term is equal to A plus n minus 1D, where A is the first term and D is the common difference and N is the number of terms, right? And Sn is the sum to n terms, n over 2, 2A plus n minus 1D, and A, N, and D stand for the same variables. Alright, just to start it, as 20 is 200, that is 20 upon 2. 2A plus 20 minus 1 means 19D. So this is equal to 200. So this 0 is cancelled with this 0. So this is 2a plus 19d is equal to 20. Make this question number 1. Alright. So come here. As 30 is 30 over 2, of course, because this is the formula I am applying here. 2a plus 30 minus 1 means 29d minus s20 is this 200 is equal to 400. So 2 times 15 is 30. 15 2a plus 29d is equal to 200 plus 400 will be 600. So 15 times 4 is 60, that is 40. So we have 2a plus 29d is equal to 40. We have got these two equations. Better we solve them with simultaneously elimination method. So this is here. So 2a plus 29d is equal to 40 and 2a plus 19d is equal to 20. So better subtract them. That is 29 minus 19, 10d is equal to 40 minus 20, 20. So we have d is equal to 2. If we put this 2 here, so 2a plus 19 times 2, that is 38. 2a is equal to 20 minus 38 is minus 18. So a is equal to minus 9. So we have got a minus 9 and d 2. So what we need to find is T40. So Tn is a plus n minus 1d. So T40 is equal to a plus 40 minus 1d. So a is minus 9 plus 40 minus 1, 39 and d is 2. So minus 9 plus 39 2s are 78. So this is 69, that is T40. This is your answer. That is option C. Thank you so much. Hello students, this is question number 25 from paper 6 of IBA website. Alright, question says this is an equation, arithmetic equation that is 7 is added in each next term. Okay, 8 plus 7 15, 15 plus 7 22 and so on. Alright, so he says that 15 plus 26 minus 1 times 7 is like which number of term is this? Alright, so because we know this formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d. So this is a. Okay, 15 is a actually here. Okay, so 15 plus, so this is 26 minus 1, 26 minus 1d. But here we have a 8. So this equation, this has started from here. Okay, if we're starting it from here, okay, taking this as a, this will be 26 term because n is 26. But the case is different in our case. Okay, so because our sequence is starting from 8. Okay, so we have to consider one more term here. Okay, so if we consider this form, that tells that this is 26th term, but if we include this 8 here, that will be our 27th term. So this is 27th term according to this equation. Okay, so our answer is C. This is 27th term. Okay, thank you. Hello students, question number 26 from past paper 6. The question is from reverse percentages. The question says store is offering 20% discount and selling the thing at 50,000. You need to tell what was the price before that discount offer. All right. So this 50,000 rupees amount of 50,000 rupees is 20% less than the actual amount. So it means it is 80% then of the actual amount. So 80% of actual amount X is 50,000. So we need to find this X. What is the 100%? Some people do it 80% is 50,000, 100% is X. So that will also reduce to this. Okay. So 80 over 100 is 100 over 80. Okay. So you can cancel this with this. So this will be 500,000 divided by 8. That will be 62,500. So the amount of cost price before the offer, discount offer, was 62,500. That is option A. Thank you. Hello students, question number 27 from past paper 6 of IPA. The question says, question is regarding geometric progression, okay, where every next term is the product of some, you multiply some number with the previous term and you get the next term, alright? So the sum of 8 terms is equal to 17 times the sum of 4 terms, and the 7th term is 960, and find the 9th term, okay? So these are formulas just for your review. That the nth term in a GP is a r power n minus 1. A is the first term, r is the ratio, n is the number of terms. And sum to n terms is a r power n minus 1 over 1 minus r when r is more than 1. And if in the case of like ratio is in the decimals and a fraction less than 1, you can also convert this formula as a 1 minus r power n over 1 minus r. So this is r minus 1. Okay, and in that case it will be 1 minus r prime over 1 minus r, right? Okay, S8 will be a r power 8 minus 1 over r minus 1 is equal to 17 times a r power 4 minus 1 over r minus 1. So simple, you can cancel these two out, you can cancel these two out, okay? R power 8 minus 1, if you use the formula p square minus b square, r power 8 minus 1 will be r power 4 minus 1, r power 4 plus 1, alright? So this is r power 4 minus 1, r power 4 plus 1 is equal to 17 times r power 4 minus 1. Cancel these two out, so we got r power 4 plus 1 is equal to 17. Bring it there, subtract it, you will have r power 4 is equal to 16. That means r is equal to 2. Why did I take only positive value? Because the question says this is a positive and increasing sequence, okay? If this is an increasing sequence, so the ratio must be a positive number greater than 1, alright? So the ratio is 2 in this case, okay? If we put it in this equation, we'll have to make another equation for finding out a here, okay? So let's do that, and T7 is equal to 960. T7 means a r power 7 minus 1 is equal to 960. As we know the ratio r is equal to 2, so a 2 power 6 is equal to 960. So we have this a 960 over 2 power 6, okay? Now what we need to do, we need to find out 9th term here, okay? So T9 is equal to a r power 9 minus 1, okay? A r power 9 minus 1, and what is a? This 960 over 2 power 6, and r is 2, so 2 power 8. This 2 power 6, this is 2 power 8, okay? So that is 2 power 2. So 960 into 2 power 2 means 9 into 960 times 4 actually, okay? 960 times 2 power 2 or 4. So 4 times 0, 0, 4, 6, 24, 4, 9, 36, and 38. This is our 9th term. So T9 is equal to 3840. And that is question number, the option C. One more thing, just to, in case you are considering solving these questions in the IPA test, you are not supposed to do that, okay? You are supposed to roam around the test to first find the easier questions, smaller ones, okay? Sometimes what happens that there are like 50 questions. If you try this type of questions, bigger, larger questions, difficult ones, you miss out on the questions that were easier, okay? And you miss them. Just you cannot even look at them, all right? So try finding out the easier questions first throughout the paper, roam around the paper, and then if you got some time for solving this type of questions, so have a look on them and find, because you won't be awarded marks for solving difficult questions. You'll be awarded marks for solving more questions, more number of questions. So just this is a tip, okay? Work smart, not hard, okay? Thank you so much. Hello student. Next question from past paper 6 is question number 28, that is from probability, okay? The question says there are 50 boys and 60 girls in some cafeteria, okay? So if x boys leave and x minus 5 girls leave, the probability will be 5 over 7, okay? So what should be the number of x? So this is a substitution question, okay? We have to find out that what should x be so that we get an answer of 5.7. Okay, so we'll see to the first question that what should x be. Okay, so if from the option 1, option A is equal to 30. Okay, so if we take x as 30, means 30 boys are leaving. Okay, if 30 boys are leaving, there will be now 20 boys. Okay, and if 30 boys are leaving, means 30 minus 5, 25 girls are leaving. Okay, so when 25 girls leave, so there will be 60 minus 25, 35 girls left. Okay, so 35 and 20 is equal to 55. So the probability will be of girls 35 divided by total 55 is 5 times 7, 5 times 11, 7 upon 11. It means it's not 5 upon 7. This is not our correct answer. Okay, so let's assume option B, that is 35. So now assume that 35 boys are leaving, 35 minus 5, 30 girls are leaving. Okay, so there will be now 50 minus 35, 15 boys left, and 60 minus 30, 30 girls left. Okay, so 30 divided by total 45 is the probability of remaining girls. Okay, so 5 times 15 times 2, 15 times 3, 2 over 3. Again, it's not 5 over 7. So this is not our answer. Okay, so come to option C, that is 40. This means 40 boys are leaving and 40 minus 5, 35 girls are leaving. Okay, so if 40 boys leave, there will be 10 boys left. Okay, 10 boys left. And if 40 minus 5, 35 girls leave, there will be 25 girls left. So the new probability will be 25 divided by the sum of 235. Means 5 times 5, 7 times 5, 5 over 7. Yes, so the probability is 5 over 7 if 40 boys leave, if x is 40. So answer, you don't need to check the fourth option. Okay, so this is option C, that's the correct answer. Thank you so much. Hello, this is question number 29 from IBA past paper 6. The question is from geometric progression. Okay, as we have already done some questions from geometric progression, the sum to n terms of a geometric progression is given by this: a1 minus r power n over 1 minus r. I took this formula because the ratio is less than 1, because it says this is a decreasing sequence, decreased by a factor of 2. Okay, means it's getting half with every term. All right, so the ratio is 1 upon 2. So it starts from 10. So a first term is 10. So because it's decreasing by a factor of 2, the ratio is 1 upon 2, and there are 10 number of terms in the sequence, so n is 10. Okay, so we need to find the sum to 10 terms. All right, this is the formula. We just need to apply the formula. That's it. This clockwork. Okay, so as 10 is equal to a 10, 1 minus ratio 1 over 2 power n is again 10 over 1 minus r 1 over 2. Okay, so this is 10, 1 minus 1 upon 2 power 10. This is 1 minus half, bring it up. Okay, 1 upon 2 will be 2 times 10, that is 20 times 1 minus 1 upon 2 to the power 10. Multiply this with 120 minus 20 over 2 to the power 10. We can break this 20, okay, into 2 into 2 into 5, 2 to 5. All right, so 20 minus 2 to 5 over 2 to the power 10. Okay, so there are 2 2's here. Okay, 2 power 2. When we bring it down here, 2 power 10 minus 10 minus 2, this will be 2 power 8. So the answer will be 20 minus 5 over 2 power 8. That is option D. Thank you. Hello students, question number 30 from past paper 6. Okay, the question says that u squared is directly proportional to w cube. All right, means u square is equal to kw cube. Okay, we take a constant when we remove the directly proportional sign, of course. Okay, he says u is 8, w is 8, and u is 27, find the w value. All right. So first we need to find the constant. Okay, put u 8, w 8. This is simple clockwork question. 8 square is equal to k 8 cube. So square is cancelled with square, so the k is equal to 1 over 8. So this is the value of k we have. All right. Now he says u is equal to 27 and find the value of w. Okay, so we have k here, u here, 27 square is equal to k 1 over 8 and w cube. All right, bring it here. 27 square into 8 is equal to w cube. Okay, the short technique, 27 times 8 is equal to w cube. All right, now take the cubic root on both sides. Okay, that will remove this, and cubic root of 27 is 3, cubic root of 27 is 3, cubic root of 8 is 2, that is w. 3 times 3 9, 9 times 2 18. So your answer is 18, that is option C. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. This is question number 31 from past paper 6. The question says that 5m minus 4n is equal to 20, where m and n are negative integers. M and n are negative integers. Every value of m and n should be negative and should be an integers, means whole number. Alright. So the question says one of these four values is not the value of m. So it's trial and error. You have to put these values, keep putting these values in this equation at m and see when it's not an integer. So we start from this minus 4. We'll put this minus 4 here. Okay, so it is 5 times minus 4 minus 4n is equal to 20. Bring that minus 4n there and bring it here. That will be minus 20. Minus 20 is equal to 4n. This is minus 40 is equal to 4n. 4 times minus 10. N is a negative integer. So we have to see when n is not a negative integer. So A is not our answer. Okay. Now we'll see option B, minus 8. 5 times minus 8 minus 4n is equal to 20. Again, minus 40 minus 20 is equal to 4n. This is minus 60 is equal to 4n. 4 times minus 15. So n is again a negative integer. So this is also not our answer because we have to see when it's not an integer. Okay. So now we will check option C, minus 10. 5 times minus 10 now. 5 times minus 10 minus 4n is equal to 20. So minus 50 minus 20 is equal to 4n. This is minus 70. 4n. So minus 70 divided by 4. This is minus 17.5. So this n is not an integer. Yeah, this is negative, but this is not an integer. So minus 10 cannot be the value of m because putting this value, we don't have n a negative integer. So we can only accept those values of m that will also give n a negative integer. So minus 10 is not the value of, is not a possible value of m. So C is your answer. Thank you so much. Hello. IBA past paper 6, question number 32. The question says x is equal to 2 minus the square root of 3. Find out x square minus x to the power minus 2 or x square minus 1 upon x square for that matter. Okay. So we first need to find x square. and then 1 upon x square. Okay, so x is given here, so first find 1 upon x. So 1 upon x is equal to 1 upon 2 minus square root of 3. Okay, so in this type of thing, expression, you need to rationalize it. Okay, so multiply it by the conjugate and divide it by the conjugate. 2 plus under root 3 upon 2 plus under root 3. That is 2 plus under root 3 upon a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. Okay, so this is 2 plus square root of 3. So a square minus b square. So this is 2 plus square root of 3. This is 1 upon x. So now we have x 2 minus square root of 3 and 1 upon x 2 plus square root of 3. Okay, so we have to find x squared and 1 upon x squared. Okay, so x is equal to 2 minus square root of 3. Squaring on both sides, we'll have a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, a square 4 minus 2ab, 4 root 3 plus b square 3. That is 4 and 3, 7 minus 4 square root of 3. This is x square. Similarly, find 1 upon x square, because 1 upon x is here. So 1 upon x is equal to 2 plus square root of 3. Squaring on both sides again. Okay, a square plus 2ab, 2 to the 4 root 3 plus b square 3. That is 7 plus 4 square root of 3. So we have x square and 1 upon x square. Okay, so subtract them. X square minus 1 upon x square is equal to this 7 minus 4 square root of 3 minus 7 plus 4 square root of 3. So 7 minus 4 root 3 minus 7 minus 4 root 3. Minus 7 plus 7 cancelled. So minus 4 square root of 3 and minus 4 square root of 3 will be minus 8 square root of 3. That is option B. Thank you. Hello, IBA past paper 6, question number 33. The question says that Kamran ran from his home to market at the speed of 6 km per hour and back from market to home with 4 km per hour speed. All right, the total time he took was 90 minutes. All right, so he says that what was the time taken from market to home. All right, yeah, how many minutes did it take him to run from the market to his house? All right, so the distance traveled in this side from home to market and from market to home is same. All right, so the time taken will be of course different, because he ran at 6 km per hour from home to market and with 4 km per hour from market to home. All right, so the total time is T1 plus T2 is equal to 90 minutes or 90.60 hours. Okay, so time is equal to distance over speed. Okay, so in this case distance is same in both the cases. All right, so this will be distance upon first speed 6 and second time distance upon speed when he was returning. Okay, so this is equal to 90 over 60 or 3 over 2. So d over 6 plus d over 4, 4d plus 60, 10d over 6 times 4, 24 is equal to 3 over 2. Alright, so this is 2 12s and 2 6 2 5s, that is d is equal to 6 times 3, 18 divided by 5. This is the distance traveled by him. All right, so we need to find out how long did he take from market to home at the speed of 4 km per hour. So the time is equal to distance over speed. So the distance was 18 over 5 and the speed was 4. So this is 18 over 5 times 1 over 4. And of course multiply by 60, because this will be converted into minutes. Okay, so this is 4 2 to the 4, 2 9s are 18 and 2 30s are 60 and 5 times 6 30, so 9 6 are 54 minutes he took from market to his house. That is option B. Thank you. Hello, question number 34 from IBA past paper 6. The question says, how many 3-digit positive integers exist that when divided by 7 leave a remainder of 0? Means they should be divisible by 7. Okay, 3-digit positive integer. Alright, so we are talking about from 100 to 999. Okay, so we have to make a sequence of these integers, the divisible, the multiples of 7 actually. So because we know that 100 is not a multiple of 7, so because you cannot cancel it out into 7. Okay, so the next number is 101. 7 ones are 7, 31, that is also not divisible. It should be 105, of course. Okay, so the first number that is divisible by 7 is 105. 7 ones are 7, 3, 7 fives are 35. Okay, so 105, then 100 and plus 7, 112, plus 7, 119, and so on. Okay, and of course 999 is not divisible by 7 either. All right, so 7 ones are 7, 29, 7 fours are 28, 1. So this should be 14. Okay, so I mean 994 is the last integer, 3-digit integer that is divisible by 7. So this is A, and the difference A is the first term. All right, the difference is 7. Of course, we are adding 7 in every next term, and the last term Tn is equal to 994. Now we just have to find that how many terms are there from 105 to 994 that are of course divisible by 7. Okay, so this is an arithmetic progression. Or an arithmetic progression, we know the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 d. So Tn is 994, A is 105 plus n we need to find out, d is 7. So just find out, this is clockwork. 105 will be subtracted from 994. 994 minus 105 is equal to n minus 1 into 7. So 14 minus 5, 9, 8, 9, 1, 8, and is equal to 7. Bring it down, divide it. 7 ones are 7, 18, 7 twos are 14, 49, 7 sons are 49. Bring this minus 1 here. Alright, that will be positive 1. Okay, 128 is the number of integers between 105 and 994 that are divisible by 7. So 128 is option B. Thank you. Hello, this is question number 35 from past paper 6 IBA. Alright, the question says alpha is an integer chosen randomly from the set 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. And beta is integer chosen randomly from the set 36, 42, 56, and 81. Alright. And what is the probability that beta upon alpha, this divided by this is an integer, means it should be perfectly divided. All right, so there are these 16 possibilities. All right, 36 can be divided by any of these 4, 42 can be divided by any of these 4, and 56 by 4, and 81 by 4. So we have to see that beta upon alpha should be an integer. All right, this is the one possibility we need to find out. All right, so we have to keep looking for the perfect integer. 36 when divided by 6, yeah, it gives a perfect number integer. So this is our value. 36 divided by 7, no. 36 divided by 8, no. 36 divided by 9, yes, it is divisible. Okay, and similarly 42 can be divided by 6, yes. 42 can be divided by 7, yes. Not by 8, not by 9. 56 can be divided by, cannot be divided by 6, it can be divided by 7 and 8, and cannot be divided by 9. 81 can only be divided by 9. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possibilities out of 16 where beta is completely divisible by alpha. So the answer is 7 upon 16. That is option C. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 36 from IBA past paper 6. The question says the set S consists of all multiples of 8. All multiples of 8. Okay, it says which of the following sets are contained within S? These 4 sets are given. All multiples of 4, all multiples of 16, all multiples of 32. Okay, so what are the multiples of 8? That are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, and so on. So we have to see that whether all of the multiples of 4 are there. So multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, but 12 is not in here, okay? So this is not in S. So this option is not right, okay? Now we'll see the multiples of 16. So multiples of 16s are the same, like those are the subset of multiples of 8. Actually 16, 32, 48, 64, all of these numbers can be found in here because any number that is divisible by 8 is also divisible by 16, okay? Or other way around actually. So any number that is divisible by 16, that is also divisible by 8. So this set is a subset of this set, okay? And same goes for the 32. 32 multiples are 32, 64, and so on, okay? So these numbers are also divisible by 8. So this is also a subset of S. So these 2 and 3 are contained in this subset, in this set S. So 2 and 3 is option D. 2 and 3. Option D is your correct answer. Thank you. Hello, this is question number 37 from past paper 6. Question says n is divisible by 3, 4 and 6. So is this divisible by 9, this by 12, this by 16? So first thing first, we need to find out then 3, 4, 6. N is divisible by 3, 4, 6. What is n? So take out the LCM of 3, 4 and 6. That's 12. So actually n is equal to 12. The LCM of 3, 4 and 6. Okay. So because 12 is divisible by 3 and 4 and 6, all of them, okay? So n is 12. So we have to keep putting n in here and see whether it is divisible by these numbers or not. So first is n into n plus 3. 12 into 12 plus 3 means 12 into 15. Is this divisible by 9? Yes, it is. 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 1, 3 times 5. This is divisible by 9. So this one is correct, true, okay? Now look at the second one. This is n plus 12. This simply means 12 plus 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 is divisible by 12. Yes, 24 is divisible by 12. So this is also true. Okay. Now the third one says n into n plus 4 is divisible by 16. So n is 12 and 12 plus 4 is 16. So 16 will be cancelled out with 16. So yes, this is also divisible by 16. So all three are true. Okay. So the option D is your correct answer. Okay. Thank you. Hello student, we are continuing to question number 38 from IB past paper 6. Okay, the question says that the average of first 6 values of a data set is 29 and the average of the next 4 values is 33. So we got to find the average of all 10 numbers. Alright, for that we need to find out the sum of these 6 values first and these 4 values then. Okay, we add the sum up, we'll get the total sum and we divide it by 10. Okay, that will be the new average. Okay, so 6 will be multiplied by 29. 29 times 6, that is 6 9s are 54, 6 to 12 and 5 17, 174. And the sum of these 4 values is 33 times 4. 4 is 12, 4 is 12 and 13. Alright. So the sum of these two is 603. Okay. So this is the sum of all 10 values. You got to divide it by 10. That will be 30.6. This is the new average. Average of the all 10 integers. That is option C. Thank you so much. Hello guys, continuing to question number 39 from past paper 6. This is a question from arithmetic progression, a sequence series type of questions. Okay, usually this type of question can be seen in the IQ test. Okay, we have to find out the missing numbers. Okay, so missing numbers are indicated here. So it's just a substitution type of question. We'll just keep putting the values here. Okay, if we put 0 here and 20 here and 80 here, what will be the sequence like? 0, 10, 20, 0, 10, 20, 70, 80 and 130. Do you see the difference is same because this is an arithmetic progression. The difference should be same. Here the difference is positive 10, the difference is positive 10, the difference is positive 50. So this isn't your equation, okay? This is not an arithmetic progression. So now we'll try this next option, okay? Minus 10, 10, minus 10, 10, 30, 70, 30, 70, 90 and 130. So minus 10 to 10, the difference of 20, 10 to 30, the difference is 20, 30 to 70, the difference is 40. So no, this is also not our progression, okay, because the difference should be same. Now we'll try the third option, minus 20, 10, 40, 70, 100 and 130. Okay, minus 20 to 10, the difference is 30. 10 to 40, the difference is 30. 40 to 70, 30. 70 to 100, 30. 100 to 130, 30. Yes, the difference is same. So this equation, this option satisfies the arithmetic progression. So option C is the correct answer. Thank you. Hello, question number 40 from past paper 6. This is simple quadratic equation and he asked to find the values. Okay, one way to solve it is to solve it like making the middle term and finding the whole thing. Okay, or you even can use the quadratic formula. But what I suggest is putting these values here. Okay, if you can find out that which value satisfies this equation, then you answer. Okay, if we put plus minus 3 here, that will be plus minus 3 square plus 72 is equal to plus minus 3 to the power 4. So this is 9 plus 72. 9 plus 72 is 81 and 3 power 4 is also 81. So this first one is right. Okay, so but we need to check out the second one because plus minus 3 and plus minus 2 is also given there. Okay, so we'll see that whether plus minus 2 and root minus 2 is correct. So let's see. So plus minus 2 under root minus 2 to the power 2 plus 72 is equal to plus minus 2 under root minus 2 to the power 4. Alright, 2 square 4 into under root 2 square minus 2, okay, plus 72 is equal to, okay, 2 to the power 4 is 16 and under root minus 2 to the power 4 is square, will remove this and minus 2 square will be 4, okay. So minus 8 plus 72 is equal to 16 4 that's 64. So 64 is equal to 64. So this is also satisfying the given equation. So both of our values are correct, satisfy the equation. This is our answer, option C. Thank you. Hello students, question number 6 from IBA BBA past paper 6. The question is from geometric progression. The question says the sixth term is 5 over 4 power 4. Okay, sixth term is AR power 6 minus 1, so it's AR power 5. AR power 5 is equal to 5.4 power 4. And the question says the ratio of the sum of first, second, third, and second, third, fourth. First, second, third, and third, fourth, fifth. The ratio of these two is 16 over 25. Okay. The sum of first, second, third, and the sum of third, fourth, fifth is in the ratio of 16 to 25. Okay, this is it. So you need to find sum of the first few terms. Okay, that is AR power n minus 1 upon R minus 1's formula. Okay, so you need to find A and R first. Okay, these are two equations you've got. So you have to find the equations. Okay, again I'm telling you that these are the that type of question which you will focus upon in the end of the test. Okay, after solving the easier questions, the faster questions, the smaller questions. All right, so let's do this question. AR power 5 is equal to 5 over 4 power 4. Okay, let this be equation number 1. Alright, we need to find out some of the first three numbers. We remember just this. Okay, A, you can take out A, 1 plus R square, and here you can take out AR square. Okay, AR square, 1 plus R square. This is 16 over 25. You can cancel these two out. Okay, and you can cancel these two out. Okay, you can take the reciprocal of this, that will be R square, and this will be 25 over 16. So taking square root on both sides, we'll have 5 over 4. Well, I will not taking plus minus 5.4 because the question says the ratio is positive. Alright, so we'll take this just R is equal to 5 over 4. We put it back in the first equation for finding out A. So A R to the power 5. R is 5 over 4. A r to the power 5 is equal to 5 over 4 power 4. So this is 5 on 4 power 5, this is power 4. Okay, so simple. This will, you will get this. Okay, cancel this out. This will be a 5 on 4 power 1 is equal to 1. So bring it there. Okay, that will be 4 over 5. So we have got both the values. Okay, a and r. Now we need to find sum of the first three terms. Okay, sum of 3 is equal to a r power 3 minus 1 over r minus 1. Okay, a cube minus b cube is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Okay, r minus 1, cancel these two out, put the value of a 4 over 5, put the value of r, that is 5 over 4. 5 over 4 square, 25 over 16. This is r 5 over 4, this is 1. Okay, take out the LCM, 16. This is 25 plus 20 plus 16. So that will be 4 upon 5 times, this is 6 and 5, 11, 2 to 4, 1, 5 and 6, 16. Okay, 4, 4 is 16. So this is 61 divided by 20 and this is somewhat 3.05. So this is your answer and it's option B. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 42 from IB past paper 6. The question says two people have total number of books 30. So only option A and C has have the sum is 30. Alright. So option B even doesn't sum up to 30. Okay. So we will consider just A and C. Now it says if they give 5 books each to someone, so the product of the remaining books is 91. Okay, so if you subtract 5 from here and 5 from here, this will be 10 into 10, and the product is not 91. This is 100. So this is not your answer. Okay, this 7 and 30 doesn't even make up to 30. Okay, so this is either not your answer. Okay, now if you subtract 5 from here, that will be 7. And if you subtract 5 from it, that will be 13. And of course, 13 times 7 is 91. So option C is the correct answer. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 43 from past paper 6 of IB. Okay, the question says a shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 70 for every 3 bags of wheat he sells. How many bags of wheat must the shopkeeper sell in order to make a profit of 1400? So it's a simple direct proportion. Okay, question from the proportional topic. Okay, so rupees 70 is earning on 3 bags, so he'll earn 1400 for how many bags? X bag. So because this is a direct proportion, more the bags, more the profit. Okay, so solve it. So 70 times x is equal to 1400 times 3, 0, 0, 7, 2 is 14, 20. So x is equal to 60. So he must sell 60 bags to earn a profit of 1400. That is option B. Thank you. Hello students, the question is about finding the next two terms of a progression. It's a geometric progression. Okay, plus, minus, plus. Of course, the next value will be minus. Okay, these two values are negatives. Okay, but we have to see what is happening here. So if you divide 256 by minus 4, you will get minus 64. Okay, if you divide minus 64 by minus 4, you will get 16. Okay, again, if you divide 16 by minus 4, you will get minus 4 over here. Okay, so this is your answer. That's it. D. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 45 from IB past paper 6. The question is regarding solving the equations. Okay, the question is simple. X is x minus 3 over x squared minus 9 is equal to, you bring it there, multiplied by 0 and you get x into x minus 3. So either x is 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 3. So the options are x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 3. But if you put it back, x is equal to 3 here, that will give you 0 in the denominator. But we cannot have 0 in the denominator. So this value doesn't satisfy the equation that's the given equation. Okay, so x is equal to 3 is not in the domain actually. Okay, the values that are not in the domain aren't in the solution set. Okay, and what's the domain? Any value that should satisfy this value. Satisfying mean it should not be infinity. Okay, and when some question becomes equal to infinity, when you put 0 in the denominator. Okay, so if you put 3 here, this is the 9 minus 9, that will be 0. Okay, so this should not be the answer. So okay, x is equal to 0 is the only option here. Okay, so option A is the answer. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 46 from past paper 6 of IPA. Okay, the question says the set of A is all integers greater than minus 2 pi, and set B is all integers less than minus 2 pi squared. Okay, so as you know, pi is 3.14, so minus 2 pi simply means minus 2 into 3.14, that is minus 6.28. So all values greater than minus 6.28 and all values before this. So this is minus 2 into 3.14, so that is 6.28 squared, that will be somewhere 39.4. Okay, so you have to find out how many integers are between minus 6.28 and 39.4. Okay, so starting from here, minus 6.28, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and starting from here 1, 2, 3, and up till 39. Okay, so these are the integers we need to tell. Okay, so how many integers are there? Just have to count them. Okay, so simply do this 1 to 39. These are 39 values, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 values are here. Okay, so 39, 7 is 46. So there are total 46 values are here. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Thank you so much. Hello students, question number 47 from IBA past paper 6. We are nearing end. Okay, so there's a lottery. There are 150 seniors, 300 juniors, and 600 sophomores. Okay, you are putting in 4 tickets for seniors, so there will be 150 times 4, 600 tickets for the seniors, and you are putting 3 tickets for each junior. 3 is the 900 tickets will be for juniors, and you are putting 2 tickets for each sophomore, so there will be 1200 tickets for sophomores. Okay, so there will be total 1200 plus 600, 18 and 9, 2700 tickets in the lottery. Now we need to find out the probability of getting a junior, that is 900. So 900 out of 2700 gives 1 upon 3. So probability of getting a junior is 1 upon 3. That is option A. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 48 from IBA past paper 6 regarding coordinate geometry and lines. Okay, the question says that this is the equation x minus y is equal to minus 1 or y is equal to x plus 1. This is same thing. Okay, so which line represent the equation of this line of this equation? Okay, so first thing first, what is the slope or gradient here? Positive. Okay, so there is only one line that has positive gradient. Okay, this option C. This is negative, this is negative, so skip them. Okay, so this can be your answer, alright, because the slope is positive. But again, look for the y-intercept, that is 1. Okay, but the y-intercept here is negative, so this is not positive. This is positive, so this is a contradiction. Okay, so this isn't your answer either. Alright, so it's none of them, none of these. Alright, so option D is your answer. Thank you. Hello students, this is question number 49 from IBA past paper 6. The question says the average of 20 consecutive odd integers is 24. There are 20 consecutive odd integers. Okay, and the central value is 24. Okay, the average means whenever there's a sequence, the average is just a central value, like 10, 15, 20, the average is 15, 2, 3, 4, the average is 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the average is 3, the central value. Alright, but in the case of even number of values, the average is the mean of the central 2 values. So 24 is the average. That must be the average of 23 and 25. So these are the central values. Okay, so this is the average, this is the average, and these are the central numbers. Okay, so as we know that there are 20 numbers, so 10 numbers will be below 24 and 10 numbers will be above 24. Okay, so we need to find out what's the largest odd integers in this in these odd integers. Okay, so this is 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 43 will be the largest value in this series of 20 consecutive odd integers. So 43 is your answer. That is option B. Thank you. Hello student, this is the last question from IBA past paper 6, question number 50. The question says how many integers, how many numbers between minus 300 and 300 are cubes of any number? Like this, there should be perfect cube. So they are perfect cubes. 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube 64, 5 cube 125, 6 cube 216, 7 cube is 343. Okay, but 343 is more than 300. All right, so we won't include it. Okay, and these are positive values only. Okay, there can be as many negative values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 positive values and 6 negative values. This is 12. But 0 is also cube of 0. So we add it also. So this will be 13. So there are 13 values which are cubes of some number. Okay, so option D is your answer. Thank you.